Okay, problem number one says verify that this is a root of that polynomial. So I'm going to write it down for you. So f of 8i, that would be 8i cubed plus 8i squared plus 64 times 8i plus 64. Again, it may look complicated, but I'm going to have to write things down, and one step at a time. So I'm going to write 8 cubed down, I cubed, we'll take care of that later, plus 8 squared, I squared, plus 64 times 8i plus 64. Well, I noticed some things immediately. I noticed this, like the first term, I'll still use the 8 cubed, by the way. It's 8 cubed, and it's going to be I squared. That's what I cubed is. The next thing I noticed is really 8 squared, and I squared is minus 1. Let me write this down. It's 64 times 8i plus 64. One thing at a time. First term is actually minus, because I squared is minus 1, minus 8 cubed I. The next term is just simply minus 8 squared. Oh boy, what's this going to be? It's going to be, well, 64 is 8 squared, right? So 8 squared times 8 is 8 cubed I. And 64 is just 8 squared. Right, what do I notice now? I notice I got some cancellations over here. So for example, this number and that number, they're exact opposites. And these are exact opposites. What have I just shown? I've shown it's a root. I've shown it's equal to 0. So that part's done. So to verify it, we just did that. Then it goes on and says, and factor the polynomial completely. And it might be difficult, but I think we can do it, all right? So what I want to do is I'm going to get my eraser out, and I'm going to talk through it now, all right? So we're done with the verification. And what's nice about a real coefficient polynomial, if the one root is 8i, the other root is going to be minus 8i. So now I got two roots. So my two roots are going to be 8i, and the other root's going to be minus 8i. These are the two roots. By the way, I know there's a third one. I just don't know what it is yet. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to write it down. So f of x would equal, let's write this down, it's going to be x minus 8i, and then it's going to be x plus 8i. But I don't know this third guy. I just don't know him. I'm going to write down it's going to be x plus something. I'm going to write down x plus, let's call it a. Now, so why don't you know it? I do know it's real, by the way. It couldn't be complex, right? So what I want to do is just talk about, how to get it, right? You can say, I'm going to multiply this thing out, equate coefficients. Well, sort of, but all I'm going to do is multiply the last term out. This, and this. And what should it equal? It should equal 64. Let's go through that. So minus 8i times 8i times the a, and I'm trying to figure out what that a is. What do you get over here? Minus 64 I squared. Oh, by the way, this equals 64. Sorry about that. A. That equals 64. What's I squared is minus 1. So you get 64a is equal to 64. What's a? A has to be 1. So I know what a is. I'm going to get my eraser out. I'm going to erase the a now. And I put a 1 there. I just figured it out. So what's my answer over here? That's the factorization. So a two-step problem, and one was just to verify, the other one was to get it factored. And we were able to factor it. Thank you.